This is part 12 of the history and the biblical foundation of the Nebraska Christian Leaders Forum. In previous parts, we've talked about scriptural basis for what it is that we felt the Lord was leading us to do in seeing the body of Christ come together, being able to function together as a human body does in that same kind of imagery. The value of relationships, and we've gotten into some of the history pieces of significant events and things that have taken place. So as we were beginning to evaluate what it was that already was happening with the churches in Lincoln specifically, started to put together an assessment tool or a way of looking at, okay, what is already taking place in the community? Where is there collaboration? And then we started to look at the data to get a base level understanding of what was happening in society. So we put together a report for Lincoln with statistics on homelessness, foster care, poverty, crime statistics, all sorts of indicators on the state of what was happening in the community. So we looked at things with the church around, is there ministerial association? Are the pastors gathering? Is there prayer taking place for the city? Are the pastors involved in praying for the city? And then also, what is it that's going on that we can look at as far as data points? So as we did those things, we began to realize that this was not something the church was used to doing or accustomed to doing. And so when we put this report together, I did that so that we would have a baseline understanding of where things were at historically, because we took that back several years. I think we took a 10-year window looking at what had happened previous to 2020, what changed in COVID, and then what is it that we see as a need that the church is uniquely positioned to be able to address. So as we talked about unity in one of the previous parts that we recorded, we talked about unity in relationship, but also unity in mission. And this was an aspect as we began to look at what's taking place in our community as far as how we can be on mission together as the body of Christ and just see the love of Jesus affect our neighborhoods, our coworkers, and the community around us. So we've done that now with several of the cities around the state of Nebraska. Understanding who it is that's leading both in the church and in government and in business and even in education plays into the holistic health and what the city is encountering and dealing with as they make plans to move forward, the government making plans and accommodations to deal with challenges. So as we did that just on our own to get an understanding of what was taking place, when I look at data, there's trends, there's patterns that will come out, and we'll be able to understand some of the things that are taking place. That's just giving me an understanding of what we need to be aware of in a community. So that's not something typically that the church looks at. Now there are some other instances around the country of cities that have done something even more formal. Omaha within Reach has done a survey with Barna on the greatest needs in the community, and they're strategizing in Omaha of how to affect those four major needs that are the church is uniquely positioned to be able to address. So as we've done those type of assessments and research around the communities, that's something that has been every so often we will talk about something. We'll talk about a challenge. We'll talk about things that we have noticed in the community, but then we also know where to go with this report and where we have been able to look at the statistics around those things. So that's one aspect of just a piece of what we've been looking at as how we engage the community. And the other part of that is, where are the people that are able to be collaborating with for the good of the community? So not just what are the issues that are facing the community, but where are the people and what is it that they are working towards already? And is it possible to partner with those even that are not part of the church, that are outside of of the Christian community? How do we partner together for the good of the city?